Hey fellow gamers, welcome to Azreality Gaming. My name is Dustin, and today we're going to be looking at the pickups that I got from the Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2019. Let's go take a look. Okay, to lay the groundwork, I'm trying to acquire a complete collection of all the Nintendo cartridges that were released in the United States. This is going to be a long endeavor, I know, but and to make it a little interesting, and not the normal way that people collect them, is I'm collecting them from A to Z. So I've got the numbers first, going through the A's, trying to collect all the A's. I was able to get the last A that I needed a few days ago, actually. And then also I was collecting the B's as the next one up. So it's kind of fun to be able to collect these in this way. Each chunk that I collect, it feels like I'm completing its own little set all by itself. So it's kind of rewarding to be able to check off, yep, I got all those A's, it's done, and move on to the next ones, B's, C's, etc. B's are pretty expensive. There's several high buck items in that list. Bonk's Adventure, Bubble Bobble 2, etc., etc. So I've got to save up for those, but looking for some good deals on those. So if anybody knows of any, leave in the comments below and let me know, and I'll look out for them. All right, well, let's get started with the pickups. All right, first up, and again, these are all in alphabetical order, but we're starting with the B's first. We've got Bad Dudes. I don't know how good of a game this is. I don't remember playing this game as a kid, so I'm looking forward to plugging it in and seeing. It's probably a side-scroller shoot-'em-up, so we'll take a look and see. Next up, we've got Bad Street Brawler. And the next one here was kind of a funny story. I was looking all over for this game. Wherever I went, all the different shops and vendors, nobody had this game. I don't know why. It's a pretty silly game to be able to try to get for my collection. But I did find two, finally. One was a couple bucks overpriced. This one I was able to get down to a price that I was more comfortable with. I think I paid about $5 for this one. But here it is, Barbie. You know you love it. Gotta love the Barbie. This game is going to be complete trash, I have no doubt, but we'll give it a whirl and see what it looks like. Next up, Barker Bill's Trick Shooting. Barker Bill's Trick Shooting. There we go. It looks like some sort of a shooting game. It is a light gun game, so I'll be able to pull out my light gun and try to get that a shot. Alright, Baseball Simulator 1000. Another baseball game. I don't know if there's only a few good ones out there, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a try and seeing how it turns out. Next up, we got two, Batman Returns and Batman Return of the Joker. Both of these games are pretty awesome. I've played this one when I was a kid and really enjoyed it, including the regular Batman one, which I've got. This one I have not been able to play, but I look forward to being able to play this one as well. These are always great games, good side scrollers, and we'll try to get some video footage of that. Okay, we've got Battle Chess. This was actually a pretty surprising game. I mean, it is just chess, but it does add a little bit of animation and funness to an otherwise sometimes boring game graphically. So next one up, we've got Battle of Olympus. This is a very fun game. I played this a lot when I was a kid as well. It's very similar to Adventures of Link, if you've ever played that. Kind of a side-scroller with different shops and doors you can go in. Next up, Battleship. Similar to the Milton Bradley Battleship game, board game. We'll see how that one turns out. Gary Kitchen's Battle Tank. Now, I know this is Gary Kitchen's, but the main title is Battle Tank, and that's how most sites list this, so I'm collecting it as a B title. Alright, Battletoads. Everybody loves Battletoads. This is a great game. I always got super frustrated on this game. You gotta have to have a great memory to be able to remember which spot to be in when you do those motorcycles that they race on. Tough game to beat, but still a lot of fun, especially playing with friends. Black Bass. Fishing game. I'm not really sure much about this one. We'll give this a chance to see. And yeah. Blades of Steel. This is just the regular gray card edition, not the red version. I will try to get the red variant eventually, but for now, just adding this to the collection. Another fishing game, the Blue Marlin. Woo, Blue Marlin. How exciting. The legendary Bo Jackson baseball. There it is. Can't go wrong with Bo. Bo knows. Bomberman #1. Bomberman 2 is a little more expensive as well, so like I said, I'm kind of saving these to the end. But this is still where it all started, and this is a great game. Breakthrough. I had Breakthrough before. I didn't realize I had it. I messed up on my list. Let that be a lesson to make sure you update your list before you go to these conventions, because you hate to have to buy games twice. Bubble Bobble #1. My wife loves this game. This is one of the best games for her to play. She's really good at it. I enjoy playing it as well and watching her play. She can beat it pretty easily, single-handedly in one session. Bucky O'Hare. This is one of the more expensive titles I was able to pick up. I tried to get most smaller ones if I could to try to maximize my bang for the buck. But I decided I wanted to get at least one more expensive game. I did manage to get a good deal on this one, so I was happy with that. I think I paid about $75 for it, which is, like I said, pretty good deal. Great gameplay on this one. Good side scroller. Got two Bugs Bunnies. We got Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout and the Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. Standard Bugs Bunny games. Cinemassacre, Angry Video Game Nerd did a couple of reviews on these, which are quite funny. If you haven't seen those, make sure to check those out. These games are not great, but it's still Bugs Bunny. So. Next game up, I've got Bury a Fighter. Bury a Fighter is I believe it's a side-scroller shoot-'em-up game with a spaceship. Or it looks like a little man there. I haven't played this game. I've heard a lot about it. So, well, see what it is. Lastly, when you're at a convention and looking for games, sometimes you just stumble across really good deals, and it's hard to pass them up. Even though I'm trying to collect from A, B, C, etc., when you find those great deals, I'm still going to try to go out and snag them whenever I can. So I did manage to pick up a few other games, but again, we'll stick to the alphabetical order. Surprisingly enough, I never had Contra. I had it when I was younger as a kid, but I must have sold or got rid of it a long time ago. So it's nice to be able to pick up this copy for a reasonable price. I see some dealers trying to sell it for like $25, $30 or more. I did manage to pick this one up for $15. So when you're at conventions, make sure to look around. You will find good deals if you wait. Magic Johnson Fast Break Baseball. Don't know much about this one. It's a baseball game. It's got Magic Johnson in it. Must be good, right? So we'll see. Next one is really hard to pronounce. Sirius or Circus, or you tell me. We've got Spy vs. Spy from the Mad magazine. Target Renegade. Looks like a fighting game, karate style. Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris. Tag Team Wrestling. Wrestling games are always great on the NES, no matter which one it is. I'm looking forward to giving this one a shot. And lastly, Tecmo NBA Basketball. A lot of the Tecmo games are great. Tecmo Football is legendary, of course. We'll see how this one holds up. Also, I picked up a few other games that weren't Nintendo related. I managed to get a steelbook copy of Lightning Returns for the Xbox 360. Whenever you can find a good deal on a steelbook, I always try to snag it. Sticking to the Final Fantasy theme, I've got Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. This is the Day 1 edition for PS4. This has gotten pretty bad reviews. It's a pretty bad Final Fantasy game from what I've heard. But again, to be able to have all those Final Fantasy games, I've got to pick this one up. And I got a good deal on it too, so that always helps. Lastly, Disgaea 3 for the PS3. I love the Disgaea series. They're really underrated. If you like any of the original Final Fantasy Tactics games, this is another kind of add-on to that. If you want to play a game that takes like 100 hours or more to be able to beat, that's definitely it. I think some of these you can beat a little faster than that, but it's kind of fun to do all the side quests and max out your character and really enjoy the power from that. Question of the day: which video game from Nintendo do you like that starts with the letter B? Leave your comment down below and let's see who's the best. I appreciate everybody's help with trying to get my new YouTube channel up and running. Everything you can do to be able to support is always appreciated. If you like this video, please click the like button below. If you want to see more videos like this, click on the subscribe button. To be notified of any new videos that I make sure you rock that cowbell. And I'll see you next time.